listening to Feel Good Files with Lexi and Son.
Hello, Son.
Hey, Lex.
Look at your face.
Oh, we're glowing.
We are glowing. We're
For our teens.
golden.
We're golden.
We're golden.
And if you're listening to us and you don't know what we're talking about, well, you're going to have to go onto YouTube to see what we look like. Because we've got face masks on.
We do.
The golden peel off.
Yes, it feels quite interesting.
Yeah, file 10.
Yeah, can you believe it, Son?
Yep.
File 10.
Since April.
Yes.
Well done. High five.
Yes. Well done to us.
Yep, well done to us. And
Yes.
thank you for liking, sharing, and commenting.
Subscribing.
Yes.
Yeah, giving us some support. You know, we really do appreciate it. So thank you.
Yes, we've been getting fantastic feedback. And we decided to do a wellness one because after the motherhood, a lot of comments that we got were that people find it very difficult to make time for themselves.
Exactly.
Mothers especially.
Exactly. And to just teach ourselves to also feel good. And I think that's, what our whole podcast is about, is how to feel good. And
making the time
to feel good. And I think that's actually a big lesson that I've learned in the journey of podcasting with you, Son, is pausing and going, okay, I need to make time for myself. And I think that's what we want to make this file all about, is about well-being, looking after yourself and protecting yourself, because you can only be a good person if you put yourself first.
I've got a quote.
Oh, okay. Say it.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
Oh, yes. I love that. I love that.
It's so true because, part of being a mom is looking after the people around you, your children, the family, the extended family. But at the end of the day, you also have to realize that you need to make time for yourself. And I want to bring an example in here when, our file 8, or was it 9? The motherhood.
File 8 was motherhood.
Yeah. File 8, we were supposed to launch it on a Thursday.
Yes, we were.
And I was going away with your mum.
Yes.
And your BC.
Yes.
BC's great-grandmother to your children.
Yes.
And we decided to launch it on a Tuesday.
Yes.
And it's
just changed things up a bit.
That's the other thing that actually gives you so much. It's kind of like a reset.
It is.
Because we get so fixated on a schedule
and how
routine and how we're going to do things. And is it really the end of the world if you change things up?
No, it's not. And I think I'm the kind of person that likes routine and gets fixated on this day must be done like this must be done on this day. And it was so refreshing for me, who comes from being so routine based, to now change things up a bit. And it was so lovely. And how much fun it was when we did do the launch. We were out and about, and it was honestly the best morning.
Yeah.
It was so good.
And the day that we were supposed to launch,
I took a day off.
Absolutely.
A me day.
A new day. I mean...
No, it was. And I felt really good. So...
Yeah, so it's about actually deciding to change it up a bit, but also to really navigate for yourself. And years ago, when I was in the thick of productions, I started making meetings in my diary, which my staff at the time, I used to have 2 people in Johannesburg and 2 in Cape Town. They thought I was actually meeting with clients, which I didn't change that assumption.
Yeah.
But it was meetings that I had booked with myself.
That is such a clever idea.
It started off with literally being 20-minute conversations that I had. It was a breathing space. I used to either go and just drive down when we were in Cape Town. I used to drive to Mealy Point and just sit on a bench. And eventually and it was once every 2-3 weeks. That's how it started. Just to think and to pause and to breathe and to not feel pressured and, just to actually have time to be with yourself.
Yeah, it's so important.
And that over the years grew to eventually, being able to actually go to a film and watch. I watched Moulin Rouge by myself. Didn't do that often, but, I managed to go and watch a film, switch off my phone and actually concentrate. And it's when I realized where inspiration comes from.
Yes.
It's allowing yourself to notice everything.
Yeah. And I think we live in such a fast-paced world that to actually just stop and pause and to put that meeting in your calendar for yourself is so important. So important. And it's about finding that time. Because I think often people think, oh, I don't have time, but you actually have to try find that time for yourself.
Well, I think that's the other thing, is that we say we don't have time, but we're in control of making some time.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
Wake up a little earlier and spend the morning not on your phone, just sitting there and learning how to breathe or listening to a little meditation or in the car. That's, a great time to listen to a podcast, to our podcast.
Yes.
And to actually,
dose of feel
this
good.
stuff is getting quite...
I know, it is feeling quite tight on my face too. But I get what you say. You as a person know what is your go-to for calming and to get yourself energized and having your you time.
Article.
Yeah, like some people might not agree with the breathing or might not understand it or might not know how to do it. Is it listening to the podcast? Is it just lying in bed, not on your phone, but awake and just lying there? Is it going to make a cup of tea and sitting outside on your patio if you have one, or, or going for a walk with your dogs, and that can take 5 minutes, just getting out and having some time.
Putting your feet on the grass.
Yes. Oh, it's the best feeling.
Hey?
Best feeling.
Walking on sand.
Exactly. So I think, really try and make that time. And I think I loved your idea with work, what you did. You put that time aside and,
I think that, the reason that I did the actual meeting and made it look is because I felt guilty about making that time for myself.
Well, I think that's the biggest problem. I think in this day,
I had to actually...
is the guilt.
Yes,
when you do have the time make time for yourself.
I had to trick myself into thinking that this was a good way to actually do it, and it worked because I actually, I said I've got a meeting between this time and this time, and everybody was like, "Oh, okay, we'll see you later." And then I actually spent that time doing what I needed to do to calm my nerves.
Yes.
And to be, more, even in the end, actually even more productive, because you don't feel so rushed all the time.
Exactly.
Because you are making time. And one of the things that we've realized over this journey of 10 files is how important the dancing is.
Yes. And the laughing.
Yeah.
As long as we're having fun, and that's what actually, and those dances, they are like a couple seconds, but it brings you so much joy. Do you know what I mean? Like you feel so
You're
good.
moving.
Yes.
We managed to play tennis the other day.
Yes.
Which I
love that.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
I haven't played tennis in absolute years. I mean, paddle for me doesn't count.
Yes. Yeah.
But,
no, it's different. Paddle and tennis are different.
Yeah, very, very different.
But that's what I was going to say also with well-being. I do believe, like, well, this is personal to me. For me, I like my exercise. So whether it's going for a walk or for a run, if I do something like that in every day, just something, some form of movement. At the moment, I'm really liking my Pilates. I've got back problems and it's really helped with that. But any form of movement for me really helps me mentally. And I'd say in the last year or so, I haven't been able to be, or actually a couple of years, as much movement as I could have when I was younger, because life and children and things happen. And you can really feel the difference, like mentally. And I'm now consciously trying to just do something for me, whether it's 30 minutes in the morning. If it has to be before the children even wake up, I will do it, because I know for me, it makes me feel better mentally.
Yeah, kind of grounds you.
It does
and
ground me. And that's where even if I do something like Pilates is in a group setting, I still feel like, I'm, in my own head. It's not like I've got other things around me. I'm not distracted by my cell phone. I'm not distracted by other people asking me questions for things. In my own space, whether it is a group class
you're
or not, I'm
concentrating.
concentrating, I'm focused, which is so amazing.
How did you, I mean, everybody out here doesn't know, but you had quite serious problems with your
With my
legs.
Yes.
How did you find that when you were restricted in moving?
I was a mess. I loved running and I still love running, but that was stopping me. And every time I'd run, it would cause problems. I'd be in tears. I'd want to give up.
In pain.
And in tears, in pain, and in tears, in disappointment. I think it was a bit of both. And it really got me. Like, that was a big struggle. There was a couple of times where I did trail runs with my husband, and I felt quite badly a few times because of my legs and the issues. And, it's just one of those mental things that you have to just deal with and be like, well, it's going to be okay. But for me, my biggest thing was for about 2 years, no one actually knew what was wrong. So that's what scared me. Was like, well, why was I always able to run and now it's a problem? And it's just the way our bodies grow and change and all of that. But, it really worried me a lot when we didn't know what the problem was. And when we did know what the problem was, we fixed it. And it took me a long time to rehabilitate. And that also got to me. But it makes you mentally quite strong, I think. There's a lot of self-talking on the days where I felt quite low, but it was fine. At least it wasn't something like cancer or, and that's what I had to keep reminding myself. So exactly.
You're doing the facciamo le corna
Exactly.
story.
So if you don't know, that's like in Italian.
We've said it before, but
yes,
facciamo
Italian
le
thing.
corna.
For when you say something negative, it stops the negativity from manifesting.
Yes.
So
I suppose in English you would say touch wood, but
yes.
we'd go like horns.
Exactly.
Horns to that.
A little bit of like a FU to that.
Why I asked that question was because, if you think about your life, it's one thing. But it's when those curveballs happen.
Yes.
That you start to actually realize how important it is to dig in and deep.
Yes.
And that's where the wellness and health and really taking a step back and focusing on yourself and on what you're thinking, how you're thinking,
yes,
what words you're using.
Yes.
When you're thinking.
Yeah, because I think that
listen to your thought patterns.
That
that critical voice in your head.
Sure, it's difficult. That's I think what gets me down a lot is my own voice in my head, or I overthink things. I really struggle with that. It is a bit of a wake up call after having children, that the way we are as mothers and as a father, I tell my husband often, is a reflection. Our kids are seeing that, and we need to make sure that they, grow up strong, that they don't see, the way we speak to each other, the way we speak to about ourselves. They're hearing it, they're seeing it, and it's so important for them to have a good self-esteem and good confidence. Otherwise, they're going to have those little voices like we have in our heads, you know.
We all do.
I know we all do, but I think that it does from when you're younger, you know, the confidence that does get affected when you're younger. And I think you carry it with you as you get older.
I think it's when you give that voice in your head far too much control. Years ago, again, I don't know who said this, might have been Tut.com or, you know, that thoughts become things philosophy.
Yes.
Where it was proposed that that voice in your head is a tenant, and it's up to you to actually tell that tenant to leave.
Yes. Yeah.
When it starts overtaking.
Yeah.
And becoming negative.
Yeah.
And you know, because you listen to that,
exactly,
that voice in your head that sometimes says to you, oh, what do you know, type of story.
Or like makes you overthink a situation, or, you know, something. It makes you, you know, if you've got a plan to do something and you're already worrying about this plan or this activity that's going to happen, you creating the outcome in your head, and the outcome is so negative, and then when it actually happens, it was actually completely the opposite of what you thought. Now you've already been manifesting those negative thoughts, and that is so unhealthy. You know, it's so unhealthy, and it really, you know, creates a bad vibe. And I liked what you said now about those thoughts become a thing, because like, you know, Son, I've struggled with alopecia, and that's a thought that's become a thing. So I've struggled with it since I was studying, and I've had many blood tests, you know, often it could be a health issue like thyroid or iron or hormones or things like that. And every time I've done my blood work, it's all come back normal. So my alopecia comes down to stress and anxiety, and my own body obviously attacking itself through that anxiety and allowing the stress to affect you, and not actually, you know, I think I've made too much time for those thoughts and that stress. So since I had my last alopecia, I'm like, you know, as soon as I have the negative thoughts or bad anxiety, I like block it out immediately. And it's really, I think, been helping a lot. I've been a lot more positive, a lot more mindful.
Yes. And I want to pick up on something that you're saying there, because fear is something that we introduce into our lives early on.
Yeah.
And we become very fearful of a lot. And that pushes all the inflammation markers up. What are we so scared of? And rather confront that than actually live in fear, which makes you so anxious.
Yes.
So even if it's something that, you know, you've planned something and, you know, you're scared this is going to happen, you have to actually take a step back and go, so what?
Yeah.
You know, and allow more of the flow.
Exactly.
Of, you know, being that flow through you and allowing the moments to happen without you trying to plan everything too much.
Yeah.
Because we actually, we make that moment very, very intense and full of foreboding.
Yes.
Which is so bad for you.
Exactly. I know it's easier said than done. Like, I know,
so easy.
I know we're making it sound like it's like the easiest thing.
We've been through it.
I think so.
Yeah. You know, and it's, you know, when we speak, I think one of the things that we're really trying to do in the podcast is to really tackle things that we've been through ourselves.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, at the end, people out there who don't know us well might see two people who, you know, are dancing and whatever, but there's stuff going on all the time.
There is.
And has for over years.
Yes.
You know,
but I think people can see the happy side, because that's we want the podcast to be about. We want to make people feel good.
Yeah.
That is
because
the point.
Even when there are moments that are really difficult,
Yeah.
You have to actually, that's when you have to actually engage the person inside yourself and go, Sonia, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to make it through. This too shall pass and I will be fine. I am fine. And
It's a lot of mental talk.
yes.
Mm.
And I mean,
Self-talk.
yeah, self-talk it is. Jesus, stuff is getting
I know, I
sticky.
feel very like, ooh-ah, ooh-ah.
We're going very glossy.
Yeah.
It's appealing.
It looks a little bit flaky, but it's not coming off. This is funny.
We're flaking, but it's not coming off.
No. Anyway, but I think, again, like, go out there.
Look.
We are your reminder. Is it coming off? Yeah, you do have to peel it off. That's the point. Oh, no, son, you look terrible. Oh, goodness.
Well, you better take on YouTube. Half of it's come off my mouth.
Peeling it. It looks like you're getting your skin off.
Oh, can I feel it? Oh, look.
Does it feel nice?
It feels divine. Okay, carry on.
I can't take you seriously. Your skin looks lovely.
Oh, I couldn't stand it anymore.
Me.
Sorry. Yeah, carry on. What were you saying?
Sun's flaking. I've lost my words. But no, son, I think that we are your reminders to say, just remember to put yourself first, because you can only be a better partner, your better self, better work colleague, better sibling, better parent, if you do stop and go, whew,
Woosah!
Woosah, what am I doing right? or what am I doing wrong?
Press.
And
pause.
why?
Yes.
And why? Often I think our reactions to certain situations are not because of a person, or not because of the comment someone has made. I often think our reaction is from situation or feeling we're in. Sonia, I'm talking about something serious here. Oh, goodness. It is very funny though. Yeah, some gold mask. So I can't look at you.
I'm off.
I do sometimes think that our reaction to situations are often actually just things that we are going through. And I sometimes know that my reaction to certain situations, especially with my kids, like I get angry and I get upset, and it's actually got nothing to do with them. It's actually got to do with what I'm going through, and I haven't paused and actually gone, I need a pause.
Yes.
And often when I do give myself that, I'm in a much better space.
So one of the things that over the years has brought that out is when you react and you don't respond, your reaction is the place that you have to go to.
Yes.
And go, why did I react like that?
Yes.
What is going on? What is that bringing up? Because that is an unresolved issue.
Yes.
If you respond to something, then you've responded. You haven't reacted. You've responded. So it's, and we need to base ourselves in response.
Yes.
And not reaction.
Exactly.
Because reaction is about, that's where your cortisol level goes through the roof, because you have that fright or flight moment where you're going, oh, because it's actually chemically made you feel awful.
Yeah.
Somebody has said, whatever, kids, whoever, and that reaction is you. It's not a response, it's a reaction. And wow, that is something that over the years, having my son, has really made me realize, there was often so much that I was reacting to because of things that I hadn't actually really resolved for myself.
Yeah.
And, something goes on at school and whatever, and the teacher says this and you're actually reacting to it as opposed to responding and helping.
Exactly.
So,
But I do think that, yes, we're making it sound like, we must pause and take time. But, there are people out there that do really suffer with mental health. And don't keep quiet. If you know that you're really, really struggling, you've done the pause, you've made time for yourself, and you're just still not happy, reach out. Don't be afraid. You're not the only one.
yeah.
It's not normalized. And that's, I think, the whole problem.
Yeah. Look, I mean, Lex, my mother suffered from severe depression and actually was diagnosed as a bipolar when I was in matric. Probably, and in those days, I'm talking about, in the 80s. So, and to be honest, I don't know that she ever really confronted it her own self.
Mm.
So it is very difficult when you, in certain circumstances, you might be a child of a grown-up adult who's going through lots of terrible changes and not knowing how to deal with them.
Yeah.
So, we don't know on which sides of
You
the
are
spectrum
on.
you're on.
Yes.
It's very difficult to live with somebody who actually battles enormously and doesn't really tackle it on, or even accept or even...
That's why I do think it's important, even if you're on the other side of it, to go and get help yourself so that
So
you know how to
Yes.
manage a person
Yes.
that is going through that.
Yeah. No.
Talk about it. Like, no one is going to shame you.
No.
People will
And
actually
if
be
they
there for
do,
you.
anybody who does shame,
Well, then you know what? They've got their own issues.
first,
Sorry,
secondly, then you know that
That's
those
not the right
those
person.
people are not your tribe.
No,
You know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But anyway, Son,
Okay, so now that I've
yes,
peeled half
I need to
of
go
it
and get
off,
mine peeled off now.
yours
too.
is-
It's feeling very, very solid on here. I'm almost a little bit concerned about having a golden face. Anyway, I feel it there. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll go take mine off in front of the mirror. Anyway, it's feeling a bit gooey.
So this is file 10. Thank you
yes.
so much for
Yeah.
listening. We are really enjoying our files. We hope you are too.
Yes.
Don't forget to like, follow, share, and
Subscribe
and please give us feedback
and love.
and love.
I always like to add that in at the end.
Yes. And always remember, press the pause, take a moment, put on a beautiful piece of music, move around a little bit, have fun.
Nice little jig.
Yep.
Son and I love our jigs. That makes you feel good.
Yes.
You don't need to be a dancer.
And
Everyone's a dancer,
No.
actually.
And if you don't know what to do, go to Instagram, find one of our little jigs, find that song,
And
dance
on repeat.
on repeat.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
You're listening to Feel Good Vibes with Lexi and Son.